Hello, my dear friends. How are you all? I hope you all are fine. So, you are very welcome in our lecture number 3 of Mensurations. Okay. So, I hope you will enjoy this lecture. So, let's start without wasting the time. Yes. So, today here we are going to discuss about parallelogram and rhombus. Okay. So, these are the two important 2D figures. Okay. So, first of all, here we are going to discuss about parallelogram. After that, we will discuss about rhombus. Okay. Now, what is parallelogram? So, basically, a parallelogram is a two-dimensional geometrical shape. What is it? Is a 2D figures, okay, whose sides are parallel to each other. Whose sides are what? Whose sides are parallel to each other, and it is a type of polygon having four sides, which is also called quadrilateral, where the pair of parallel sides are equal in length. Okay, are equal in length, and the sum of adjacent angles of a parallelogram is equal to 180 degree. Got it, my dear friend? Now here you can see that a square and a rectangle are two shapes which have similar properties of a parallelogram. Okay, here you can see the figure of parallelogram. So this is what? This is our parallelogram. Okay, so in this figure, as you can see that ABCD is what? This is a parallelogram. So here is, we can say that AB is parallel to CD. AB is parallel to CD and AD is parallel to BC. Okay, and also AB is equals to CD and AD is equals to BC. Got it? I hope you understand this. Okay, and here you can see that angle A is equals to angle C. Opposite angles are equal. Okay, so angle A is equals to angle C and angle B is equals to angle D. And also angle A and angle D are what? Are supplementary angles, because these interior angles lie on the same side of transversal. Here you can see that we know that AB is parallel to DC, and here is this AD is what? This is the transversal, and these two angles are what? These two angles are supplementary, because it means the sum of these two angles is 90 degrees. So here we can write also angle A and angle D are supplementary angles. Supplementary angles. Got it, my dear friend? So it means angle A plus angle D is what? 180 degree, and this is the property that adjacent angles. Okay, the sum of the adjacent angles is what? 180 degree. Okay, and similarly angle B plus angle C is equals to 180 degree also. So they are what? Also they are supplementary angles. Okay, understand, my dear friend? I hope you get this point. Okay, yeah. So number of sides, how many number of sides are there? 4. Number of vertices are 4. Okay, and pairs of parallel lines are also what? There are 2 pairs. Area, now we will discuss. Okay, yes. So now here is, so let's see the properties of parallelogram. What is? Yes, properties of parallelogram. So basically the opposite sides are parallel and congruent. Okay, we know that very well. Opposite angles are congruent, means equal. Consecutive angles are supplementary. Okay, because they are what? They are, yes, they are integer angles. If any one of the angle is a right angle, then all the other angles will be at a right angle. If one angle become 90 degree, then all the angles will be 90 degree. Okay, so these are the properties of, yes, parallelogram. Okay, yes. Now let's see the formulas. Like we are going to see the area of parallelogram and perimeter of parallelogram. Okay, so area of a parallelogram is the region occupied by it in a two-dimensional plane. So here is, we know that this is our parallelogram ABCD. Okay, and here you can see that AB is what, this is base, and this is the height. Means height is what, it is the distance between two parallel sides. It is the distance between two parallel sides. So here you can see that area of parallelogram. Area of parallelogram is what this is. Here you can see this is base into height. This is base into height. Okay. Okay. So this is very easy, my dear friends. Area of parallelogram is what? Simple. Base into height. Okay. Yes. Now let's move on. Now let's talk about the perimeter of parallelogram. So again, we know that perimeter is what? Perimeter is sum of all sides. What is sum of all sides? So here you can see that if we add these sides, a plus b plus a plus b, so we can write twice of a plus twice of b. So perimeter will become 2 into a plus b. What is 2 into a plus b? Got it? Yes. Now let's solve the problem. So here we have, find the area of a parallelogram whose base is 5 centimeter and height is 8 centimeter. What is height? Is 8 centimeter. So now here it is given that base is 5 centimeter and height is 8 centimeter. Then we know that area is what? Base into height. Okay, so base is 5 and height is 8, so this will become 40 centimeter square. So the area is what? 40 centimeter square. Okay, got it? This is the answer. Okay, now the next problem is, a flooring tile has the shape of a parallelogram. Here we have a tile which is in the shape of parallelogram whose base is 24 centimeter and the corresponding height is 10 centimeter. Okay, now how much such tiles are required to cover a floor of area 1080 meter square? Okay, understand? So if required, you can split the tiles in whatever way you want to fill up the corners. Okay, so here we have a dimension of one tile which is base is 24 centimeter and height is 10 centimeter. So first of all we have to find the area of one tile. Okay, so for finding the number of such tiles, we have to divide the area of one tile by, we have to divide the area of this floor. Okay, total area of this floor by the area of one tile. Got it, my dear friend? So here is our first aim. First of all, we have to find the area of one tile. Okay, so first of all, here we have given in the question is that base is what? Base is, we know that this is 24 centimeter. Okay, and height is what? Height is 10 centimeter. So from this, here is area of, here you can see that area of tile. Area of tile will be, which is equals to area of parallelogram. Area of parallelogram. So we know that what is the area of parallelogram? This is base into height. This is very simple. Okay, and this is 24 into 10, which is equals to 240 centimeter square. 240 centimeter square. Now here we have the area of floor which is 1080 meter square, but we have to convert it into the centimeter because here we have area of tile in centimeter square. So here is, okay, so here we have area of floor. Area of floor is what? This is 1080 meter square. Got it? So here is 1080. This is what? This is meter into meter. Okay, and we know that 1 meter is equals to 100 centimeter. So 1080 into 100 into 100 centimeter square. Okay, we have to convert both the meter into centimeter. So this will become like 1080 into 10 raised to power 4 centimeter square. So this is the area of floor. Okay, so here is, you can see that number of tiles required is what? Number of tiles required is equals to area of floor. What is area of floor divided by area of one tile. Area of one tile. Okay, understand my dear friend? So here area of floor is what? 1080 into 10 raised to power 4 divided by area of one tile. This is, yes, 240. This is what? 240. So from this 0 will be cancelled. Okay, now here is, we can divide 108 by 2 in 54 times. Okay, and we can divide 24 by 2 in 12 times. Okay, and we can divide 54 by 2 in 27 times, and we can divide 12 by 2 in what? In 6 times, and we can divide 27 by 3 in 9 times, and we can divide 6 by 3 in 2 times. So here we have 9 into 10 raised to power 4, and it is divided by 2, and it is divided by 2. Okay, got it my dear friend? So here you can see that here is 9 into 100 means 10,000 divided by 2. So this 10,000 can be divided by 2 in, yes, in 5,000 times. So here we have 9 into 5,000, which is 45,000. So we can say that 45,000 tiles are required to cover the floor. So we can say that, so 45,000 tiles are required to cover the floor, Okay, understand? Yes, now let's move on. Now let's talk about the rhombus. Okay, what is rhombus? So basically a rhombus is a type of quadrilateral. Okay, it is also a type of quadrilateral, and it is a special case of a parallelogram. Whose all sides are equal and diagonal intersect each other at 90 degrees. Okay, in parallelogram only opposite sides are equal and parallel, but in this case all sides are equal and diagonal intersect each other at 90 degrees. And in parallelogram, diagonal angles are not at 90 degrees, they are inclined. Okay, this is the basic property of rhombus. So the shape of rhombus is in a diamond shape, hence it is also called a diamond. Okay, so basically in a rhombus opposite sides are parallel, and the opposite angles are equal. Okay, moreover all the sides of a rhombus are equal in length. And the diagonals bisect each other at right angles. At what? At right angles. Okay, yes, now here you can see that this is what? This is our rhombus. Okay, so in this figure you can see that a rhombus ABCD, where AB, BC, CD and DM are the sides of a rhombus, and AC and BD are the diagonals of the rhombus. So all the sides are equal. All the sides are what? All the sides are equal. And here you can see that opposite sides are parallel also. Diagonals are bisect each other at right angles. At what? At right angles. Now let's see the properties of rhombus. Okay, got it? Now here you can see that all the sides of a rhombus are equal. Opposite sides of a rhombus are parallel. Opposite angles of a rhombus are equal. Okay, in a rhombus diagonals bisect each other at right angles. Got it? Diagonals bisect the angles of a rhombus also. Okay, and the sum of two adjacent angles is equal to 180 degrees. Understand my dear friend? Yes, now let's see the rhombus formulas. What is? Yes, rhombus formulas. Okay, so basically my dear friend, here we know that area of rhombus. First of all, we are going to see about the area of rhombus. Basically, we know that A, C and BD are the diagonals of this rhombus. So area of rhombus is equals to half into sum of the diagonals, half into sum of the diagonals. Okay, so here is half into sum of the diagonal is what? D1 plus D2. So this is the formula of area of rhombus. So this is very easy, my dear friends. Okay, now if you see the perimeter, here you can see that if you see the perimeter of rhombus, so this is what? Perimeter is what? Sum of all sides. Sum of all sides. So, and we know that all these sides of a rhombus are equal. It means this will become 4 into side. 4 into side. This is the perimeter of rhombus. I hope you understand these things, my dear friends. Okay, now let's see the examples, okay, related to the topic. So here is the two diagonal lengths d1 and d2 of a rhombus are 6 and 12 centimeters respectively. Now we have to find the area of rhombus. So here this is very easy. We know that d1 is 6 centimeter and d2 is 12 centimeter. Got it? Now area, we know that area of rhombus is equals to d1 into d2 divided by 2. Okay, okay, and d1 is what? D1 is 6 centimeter into d2 is 12 and it is divided by 2. So 12 can be divided by 2 in 6 times. So here we get 6 into 6, which is equals to 36 centimeter square. What is 36 centimeter square? Okay, understand, my dear friends? Yes. Now let's move on. So here is next problem. You can see that now find the diagonal of a rhombus if its area is 121 centimeter square and length measure of longest diagonal is 22 centimeter square. Okay, so we have to find the diagonal of a rhombus if its area we have 121 centimeter square and longest diagonal is 22 centimeter square. It means in this area of rhombus is equals to 121 centimeter square. Got it? And let's say let d1 is equals to 22 centimeter. Okay, so here we have to find d2. Okay, let's d1 is the longest chord. Okay, so now my dear friends, we know that area of rhombus is what? Area of rhombus is d1 into d2 and it is divided by 2. Got it? And this is equals to 121. Now d1 is 22 into d2 is equals to 121 into 2. Okay, yes, so d2 will be 121 into 2 and it is divided by 22. Now 22 can be divided by 2, okay, in 11 times, and 121 can be divided by 11 in 11 times. So here we get d2 is what? 11 centimeter. What is 11 centimeter? So the length of another diagonal is what? 11 centimeter. What is 11 centimeter? Okay, my dear friends, I hope you understand these things. Yes, now the next problem, here you can see that. So what is the perimeter of a rhombus whose sides are all equal to 6 centimeter? And we know that in rhombus all the sides are equal. So here is side of rhombus is equals to 6 centimeter. So perimeter will become like 4 into side. What is 4 into side? So now my dear friend, we know that 4 into 6, so this will become like 24 centimeter. So this is very easy, my dear friend. Yes, now the next problem, here you can see that the diagonals of a rhombus are 7.5 centimeter and 12 centimeter. So here we have to find its area. Okay, again this is very easy. So here if you observe this, here we have d1 is 7.5 centimeter and d2 is 12 centimeter. Got it? Now here is area of rhombus is equals to, we know that this is what, half into d1 into d2. So now my dear friends, half into this will become like 7.5 into 12. 7.5 into 12. Okay, now if we remove, here is, if we remove this point, here we get 10 in the denominator, and we can divide like we can divide 12 by 2 in what times? In 6 times. And we can divide 10 by 2 in 5 times. Got it? And here is, we can divide 75 by 5 in 15 times. In what? Yes, in 15 times. Okay, got it? And we can divide 6 by 2 in 3 times. So here we have 15 into 3. We have what? 15 into 3, which is equals to 45 centimeter square. What is 45 centimeter square? So here we can write area of rhombus is equals to 45 centimeter square. I hope you understand these things, my dear friend. So this is the answer of this problem. Yes, now the next problem, here you can see that find the area of rhombus whose side is 5 centimeter. Whose side is 5 centimeter and whose altitude is 4.8 centimeter. Now if one of the diagonal is 8 centimeter long, find the length of the other diagonal. Find the length of the other diagonal. So basically, my dear friends, in this problem, here is, let's suppose here we have a rhombus like this. Okay, and this is, let's suppose, A, B, C, D. It is given that whose side is 5 centimeter, and we know that in rhombus all the sides are equal. It means, so this is 5 centimeter. Okay, and diagonal is what? Diagonal is 8 centimeter. And it is also given that altitude is 4.8 centimeter, means the perpendicular distance between the two parallel lines, which is height of the rhombus. So this is what? 4.8 centimeter. 4.8 centimeter. Okay, understand, my dear friends? Now here is, we know that a rhombus is also a parallelogram. It means area of rhombus is equals to area of parallelogram. Area of parallelogram. So basically, my dear friends, we know that area of parallelogram is what? Base into height. Base into height. And in this case, base is what? 5 centimeter. And height is 4.8 centimeter. 4.8 centimeter. Okay, understand? Now if we remove this point, here we get 10 in the denominator, so we can divide it by 2 times, and we can divide 48 by 2 in what? In 24 times. So here we have 24 centimeter square. So this is what? This is the area of rhombus. And for finding the length of diagonals, another diagonal, here is, we have d1 is 8 centimeter and we have to find d2. Okay, how we can find it? We know that again area of rhombus is what? Area of rhombus is half into d1 into d2. Got it? And area of rhombus is 24. This is equals to half into d1 is 8 and we have to find d2. Got it? So 4 can be divided by 2 in 4 times. So here we have d2 is 24 divided by 4, and this can be divided in 6 times. So here we have D2 is what? D2 is 6 centimeter. So the length of the other diagonal is 6 centimeter. This is what? This is length of other diagonal. Length of other diagonals. Okay, my dear friends, I hope you understand these things. Yes, now the next problem, here you can see that here we have the floor of a building consists of 3000 tiles which are rhombus shaped, and each of its diagonal are 45 centimeter and 30 centimeter in length. Okay, so here we have length of the diagonals of the rhombus. Okay, now find the total cost of polishing the floor if the cost per meter square is rupees 4. Okay, so first of all, my dear friends, we have to find the area of one tile. Okay, which is equals to what? Area of the rhombus, because the tile is in the shape of rhombus. Okay, and we have total what? Total number of tiles is what? 3000. So we can find the total area of floor. Total area of floor. Okay, understand? Then we can find the cost. Got it? Yes. So now first of all, here is, we know that total number of tiles. Total number of tiles is equals to 3000. What is 3000? So here is, we know that tile is in the shape of rhombus. So in this case, D1 is what? D1 is 30 centimeter and D2 is 45 centimeter. So now area of one tile is equals to area of rhombus. Area of one tile is equals to area of rhombus. So basically this is equals to half into D1 into D2. What is half into D1 into D2? So half into D1 is 30 and D2 is 45. D2 is what? D2 is 45. Okay, we can divide 30 by 2 in 15 times. So here we get 15 into 45, which is 675 centimeter square, which is what? 675 centimeter square. If you multiply 15 into 45, we get 675 centimeter square. Okay, now area of 3000 tiles. So this will become like area of 3000 tiles. This will be 3000 multiplied by 3000 multiplied by area of one tile. Area of one tile. Okay, and 3000, if you multiply 3000 into 675, what is 675? So this will become 2025 triple zero and centimeter square Yes, now here is, now we need to find the cost, and if you observe this, here you can see that cost is given in meter square. Cost is given is what? In meter square. So first of all, here we need to convert the area into meter square. Convert the area into meter square. So here we have area is what? Area we have 2025 triple zero centimeter into centimeter, and we know that 1 meter is equals to what? 100 centimeter. Okay, so 1 centimeter will be 1 upon 100 meters. So we can write it as, here you can see that 2025 triple zero into 1 upon 100 into 1 upon 100. This is what? This is meter square. This is meter square. Okay, okay, so these three zeros can be divided by these three zeros. So here we get 2025 divided by 10, and we get 202.5 meter square. What is meter square? I hope you understand these things. Now cost of polishing is, cost of polishing 1 meter square. This is what? This is rupees 4. This is rupees 4. So cost of polishing 202.5 meter square. Here we have 4 into 202.5. 202.5. So if we remove this, here we get 10. Okay, and we can divide it by 2. Okay, and we can divide it by 2 in 2 times. So we can divide 10 by 2 in 5 times, and we can divide 2025 by 5 in what time? In 405 times. So here we have 2 into 405, 2 into 405. Got it? So now my dear friends, if we multiply this, we get rupees 810, means 810. So we can write total cost of polishing the floor is equals to rupees 810. Okay, 810. So I hope my dear friend you understand these things. Yes, now the next question, here you can see that the areas of rectangles and square are equal. The area of rectangle and square are what? Are equal. If the length of rectangle is 16 centimeter and breadth is 9 centimeter. Now we have to find the side of square. Okay, so here it is given that area of rectangle is equals to area of square is equals to area of square, and we know that area of rectangle is what? Length into breadth. Got it? And area of square is what? This is side square. Understand? Now length is 16 into breadth is 9. Got it? And here is side square. Here is what? Side square. Now take the under root both the side. So here we get side will become like under root 16 into 9. Now under root of 16 is what? This is 4 into under root of 9 is 3. Okay, so this is 4 into 3 and this will become 12. This will become what? 12. So side is what? Side is 12 centimeter. What is 12 centimeter? Understand my dear friends? Yes, now the next problem, here you can see that if the diagonals of a rhombus are 12 centimeter and 5 centimeter. Now we have to find the perimeter of the rhombus. Now we have to find the perimeter of the rhombus. So here is we have D1 is 12 centimeter and D2 is 5 centimeter. D2 is 5 centimeter. Understand? Yes. So side of a rhombus is equals to half into under root D1 square plus D2 square. So you have to be learn this formula. Okay, if you want to side of a rhombus, then the formula is half into under root of D1 square plus D2 square. Okay, so from this side will become like side is equals to half into under root D1. D1 is what? This is 12. So this is the square of 12 plus and this is the square of 5 under root. So half into this will become 144 plus 25. 144 plus 25. So this will become half into under root 169 and the under root of 169 will be, here is we can write it as half into, yeah, half into 13. So this will become 6.5 centimeter. What is 6.5 centimeter? Now we have to find the perimeter and we know that perimeter of rhombus is 4 into side. What is 4 into side? So we can write it as 4 into 6.5. So this will become like 26 centimeter. What is 26 centimeter? So the perimeter is what? 26 centimeter. I hope you understand these things, my dear friends. Yes, next question is find the area of a rhombus whose one side measures 5 centimeter like this and one diagonal as 8 centimeter. So here we have the one diagonal is 8 centimeter and we have one side which is 5 centimeter. which is what, 5 centimeter. And here we have to find the area of what, area of this rhombus. Okay, now here you can see that this DO is equals to OB because diagonals are bisect each other. Okay, so it means 8 divided by 2, here we get OB, which is 4 centimeters. So here we have DO is equals to OB, which is 4 centimeter, because here is diagonals of a rhombus are perpendicular bisectors of each other, are perpendicular. This is the property of rhombus, perpendicular bisector of each other. Understand? Yes. Now here is in triangle AOP. Okay, in triangle AOB, we know that this is 90 degree. Okay, so we can apply the Pythagoras theorem. So we can write it as AO square plus OB square is equals to AB square. So from this we can find AO, which is equals to under root AB square minus, yes, OB square. Okay, so AB is what? AB is, here we know that this is 5 square minus OB is 4 square. Okay, understand? So this will become OA is equals to under root of 25 minus 16, and this is under root of 9, and this is equals to 3. So OA is what? This is 3. This is 3 centimeter. So now AC, the another diagonal, this is equals to 2 into OA. It means 2 into 3, which is 6 centimeter, which is what? 6 centimeter. So the length of another diagonal is 6 centimeter. Now we have two diagonals, so we can easily find the area of the rhombus. Area of rhombus. Got it? So area of the rhombus will be, area of the rhombus is equals to half into D1 into D2. Half into D1 into D2. And here we have half into D1 is 8 and D2 is 6. Okay, so we can divide 4 times. So here we get 6 into 4, which is 24 centimeter square. This is the area of the rhombus. Okay, my dear friends, I hope you understand these things. Yes, now the next problem is the area of trapezium is 352 centimeter square. Okay, now distance between the parallel sides is 16 centimeter. What is 16 centimeter? If one of the parallel sides is 25 centimeter, if one of the parallel side is what? This is 25 centimeter. Okay, now here we have to find the other side, other parallel side. Got it? So now here we know that area of trapezium is what? Okay, area of trapezium is 352 centimeter square. What is 352 centimeter square? And we know that this is half into height into sum of parallel sides. Okay, and this is equals to 352. So half into height is given. This is the what? This is the 16. This is 16 into, here we have the one side, which is 25 plus B is equals to 352. So we can divide 16 by 2 in 8 times. So 25 plus B is equals to 352 divided by 8. Okay, we can divide 352 by 2 in 176, means 176 times, and we can divide 8 by 2 in 4 times. Again we can divide 176 by 2 in 88 times, and we can divide 4 by 2 in 2 times, and we can divide 88 by 2 in 44 times. So here we have 25 plus B is equals to is equals to 44, and B will be 44 minus 25. Here we have 4 minus 25, so this will become like, okay, this is 19 centimeter. Okay, so the another side of the trapezium is 19 centimeter. I hope you understand these things, my dear friends. So this is what, this is the answer of this problem. So my dear friend, this is enough for today, and we will meet in the next lecture with the next amazing topic. So thank you very much for listening me, and take care and goodbye.